What's up, everyone? We're back with the Players Lounge Roundup on Rocky Top with me, Jake Merklinger, and Gaston Moore. Excited to be back with you guys after a big win against Mississippi State. It's always hard to get a win in the SEC, so I think that was good. We beat them 33-17, right?
Yep, we did.
Nice. Big man over here got the whole second half. Kind of what was that feeling like when you knew you were going in?
It felt good being out there. I just tried to stay ahead of the chains and keep the train rolling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Came in with the lead too,
Yeah.
so did that put any extra pressure on you where you're like, was that even a thought or no?
Well, what was the score at halftime? I think we were up a possession, or it was like a two possession maybe game. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it was a bigger deal than most would say, I think, just because, you got to take care of the ball and you got to stay ahead of the chains and, keep running the offense and try to get up a couple more scores on them so we don't have to really worry about that anymore. But it was fun.
But at the same time, I feel like your play style is super aggressive. That everybody on the team respects that. They like that about you. So, were you kind of like contrasting yourself between like, do I play aggressive how I like to play, or do I play conservative, or like what kind of went through your mind there? Or was it just like you said, stay ahead of the chains?
First and foremost, I was trying to stay ahead of the chains. When the shots were called and stuff like that, I was trying to take advantage of them. We had guys running down the field, and
right.
I tried to give them a chance. And they ended up getting pass interference calls or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was just trying to, play ball and do what I was coached to do, not think too much about it,
Yeah, so I mean, like when you come in, you go into a game, you're going through preparation all week, you're one snap away from being the guy and having to win us a game. So, like, kind of like what goes into your preparation throughout the week? Do you prepare like you're the starter? Or do you do something different? Like, what kind of goes into that?
Yeah, you have to prepare like you're the starter. It gets hard. It's harder than it sounds because
Right.
you don't get as many reps as you want. You don't get all the looks. You still gotta take notes like you're starting. You still gotta go over the plays when you get home.
Right.
You got to take into account that like you're literally one snap away and anything can happen.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's a good point. It's like, it's definitely much harder than people realize when you're one snap away from having to win a game. And, it could be the first snap, it could be the last snap, it could be a snap where you got to throw a Hail Mary, you never know. So you just kind of go and preparing the whole week like you are the starter, puts you in the best position. But like you said, you're not getting all the reps in practice, and rightfully so, because the starter needs to
100%.
get all the reps to prepare, to be, ready for the game. Like, because the odds say that the backup doesn't go in, so he needs all the reps he can to prepare for the game, which is hard.
It's like the mental part of it, you
Right.
know. After going through the whole season week by week by week, it gets draining sometimes, but you just got to stay on top because you never know what could happen. I mean, you see crazy stuff happen all over the country in college football. So
yeah, I think too, like, because when you go in, then I become in your position, and it gets really, even for me going from third string to backup, it gets real really quickly. Where then, now I'm one play away, I'm having to look at everything you're doing. I think it's really helpful too that when Nico comes to the sideline, we can talk to each other. I think something Coach Hype says that's really true is instead of worrying about when your opportunity comes or how it's going to come or why it comes, just be ready for when it comes. And that's something that I've kind of, really taken in and kind of used in my preparation.
yeah, like instead of trying to figure out, like when you're going to go in or what time in the game you're going to go in or like what plays are going to be called when you go in or all the little stuff, like just prepare like you're going to go in and you worry about all that stuff later.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's some of the best advice he's given us.
Yeah.
And not just us, the whole team, because, you could be a backup corner getting thrown in the game. You could be a backup receiver getting thrown in the game. So
yeah, like 2 years ago when we played Bama at home.
Okay.
At the end of the game, it was a close game.
Right.
Will Wright got thrown into the game, which is one of our DBs. He used to not get as many reps, and he had to play because someone went down, and his opportunity came like on Bama's. It was like a drive to go score. If they would have scored there, they would have like been up or something like that, and he had to make a play on one of their top receivers. And
Yeah.
I mean, his opportunity came like that, and probably the most crucial moment of the game.
Yeah.
He took advantage of it,
Mhm.
which was like a perfect example of what Coach Hype talks about.
Right. All right. So how do you feel like you played? What was your favorite throw? Is there one you want back? Like, kind of talk about that.
I feel like I played well. I felt really calm out there and in control.
Yeah.
The one throw I'd probably want back is that first deep ball through the squirrel. I think I underthrew him a little bit,
Okay.
but other than that,
No, dude, I felt like you played really well from a standpoint of knowing what's going on, because I know a bunch of the fans can put in their piece and say what they want, but in reality, they don't really know what's going on. But coming from the standpoint of knowing what's going on, I felt like you played really well. You know, you handled the checks well. You were calm, and that was cool to see. I was super happy for you. You deserved that.
Thanks, bro.
So now we're, I think, 7, 8 games into the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 or 8. And we've seen a whole bunch of crazy stuff happen in college football kind of throughout the years. And one of the, I guess, a thing that's become a trend is fans throwing stuff on the field.
Yeah, that happened to us 2 years ago when we played Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Obviously, you saw the golf ball and all that stuff.
Yeah. And
You were getting recruited back then, weren't you?
No, I think that was 3 years ago. So I was
Like a
just
sophomore in high school or something.
Yeah, sophomore. But yeah, I do remember that. That was crazy. You had, what was it, the Texas-Georgia game when Texas fans were throwing stuff on the field after a pass interference call and picked. And then this week, Texas Tech threw tortillas on the field, which was, that was crazy. I can't imagine like being in the middle of a game and I'm throwing a pass and here comes flying tortillas on the middle of the field. No, so fans, if you could stop doing that, that'd be awesome. Big game coming up, College Game Day in Athens this week, playing against Georgia. So that'll be awesome. You excited for that? Kind of what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a huge, great atmosphere, loud. Yeah. You know, we went down there 2 years ago and it was really loud, and I think we've done a really good job of preparing for that this off season.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be, fun for us to go down there and operate at a high level. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I think like you said, kind of what we said in the podcast when we were at the game against Oklahoma, like we did a really good job this offseason of preparing for crowd noise, and the coaches did a really good job of preparing us and how to communicate in those situations. So I think we're going to be ready for it. It'll be an exciting team, or it'll be an exciting game. They've got a really good team, but so do we. So
yeah, like we say every week, no matter who it is, they're going to play their best at us. Playing in the SEC, it's tough.
Right. It's like we'll prepare the same way we prepare for any other team.
Yeah.
I think, and we'll be ready. Yeah. So I think it'll be cool for us. At least you went there in 22. It'll be my first time going to Sanford. Both of our moms graduated from Georgia, which is pretty cool. Where I'm from, I'm from Savannah, Georgia, so there's definitely a lot of Georgia fans there. So I think a bunch of people from, a bunch of my friends and family are going to come to the game, and that'll be exciting. See what color they wear.
Yeah, I mean, they should wear Tennessee.
I would hope that. My family will probably wear Tennessee.
Probably.
My buddies will definitely not be wearing Tennessee orange.
Oh, well.
I guess they're not true friends.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is a pretty cool little rivalry. Last time we beat them was in 2016, right? Mm-hmm. The Hail Mary from Dobbs to Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool game to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of people, including me, still go back and watch all those type of games.
Yeah.
So always good to go back and watch that stuff.
Mm-hmm. You've played in this game before, though, so what are your thoughts?
This type of game's different.
Yeah.
Than I don't know. It's late in the season. The records, everyone's records are out, so everyone knows how good they are, and with the new playoff rule and stuff.
The game means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to sugarcoat it. There's definitely playoff implications on the line with the game.
100%. It's personal for both teams, kind of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to.
No, yeah.
It's like that every week, but at the same time, this week is our next game, so it's our biggest one, like Coach Hype always says.
Yeah.
Let's get into some fun stuff. What's your Is your playlist from like on the bus going from the hotel to the stadium the same as like when we go out and warm up?
Yeah, it is. I
Same
got a whole
music?
bunch of different stuff on my. No, it's definitely different music.
You're a huge Jack Johnson guy.
Dude, I like Jack Johnson. I'm gonna have some Eminem on there for sure. I'm gonna have some Jason Aldean. I'm gonna have some like Hillsong United, some Maverick City music. Dude, it's just like a mix of everything. I got slow music. I got some upbeat stuff.
Mine's a little different. I'll either listen to straight country or, rap. It
Yeah.
depends what type of mood I'm in. Usually I listen to country music. I'll listen to like Aldean and Hank Jr. and all those.
Yeah. No, I think something we have in common too is like we both, before we go out, we're both, like I said, Hillsong United and like Jack Johnson, a little Ed Sheeran. Like listen to slow music before you go out because you're so amped up for the game. You're so ready. Your heart's beating pretty fast, and kind of slow music calms you down. It, relaxes you a little bit.
Yeah. I got another question for you.
All right.
If you weren't playing college football
Okay.
at this time, what would you be doing?
Right now.
Yeah, like would you go to college?
I mean, I would try to play college basketball.
Okay. If you didn't play college sports.
Okay. If I wasn't playing college sports, let's just say we're not in college. If we
Okay.
didn't go to college,
All right.
I don't know. I could see myself being like maybe moving to like Atlanta. Oh no, dude, I go in the Army, for sure.
No shot.
You don't think I'd last in the Army?
No.
Wow. It's
Dude,
disrespect.
that's like literally the opposite of your personality.
Yeah, you're right.
You went from saying you were going to move to Atlanta.
Check
to
that.
being,
Check that. I'm not going into the Army. No, I would like to go.
I
in
could
the
see you
Army.
being like a real estate developer or real estate someone.
No. I would. Here's what I would do. I would move to, as a 19-year-old, I'm moving to Atlanta, right? I'm moving to Atlanta. And I'm going to do valet cars.
Yeah.
I'm going to work and do valet. What do you mean?
What?
I'm going to work and do. I'm going
You
to
live in
drive.
You live in like one of the prettiest places.
Yeah.
And
He's right. He's right.
you're going to move to Atlanta to move people's cars?
He's right. Easy. We're checking out of that.
Why
We're
don't you go
checking
to
out
the
of that
beach and
play
like
game.
go pick up shark teeth and give it little kids?
We're checking out of the play. We're not valeting cars.
That's what I would do.
We're listen, set in stone. If I wasn't playing football, I'd live in Savannah, and I work with my buddy John at his dad's car dealership. 100%, selling cars, making commission. I feel like I can talk to people. What would you be doing?
I don't know. Probably.
Cutting grass.
Whoa.
What do you mean? Well, you said that on the last. You said it on the last episode.
I'd probably be charter fishing or doing construction.
Have y'all seen the viral clip of Blake Bortles when they ask him what would you do if you weren't here, and he's like, I'd be working on a construction site,
smoking cigarettes.
smoking cigs.
Yeah, I'd probably be doing something like that.
No, I can see that for sure.
Honestly, nothing's wrong with that.
No, nothing's wrong with that at all. It's cool. It's blue collar.
Yeah.
Blue collar people are making money now, dude. We need more blue collar people. Listen, you can go be a plumber and make like $200,000 a year.
Yeah. I mean, you always got to start somewhere.
Yeah, well, $200,000 is a great place to start.
Yeah.
You could easily live off of $200,000. A bunch of our guys are from the state of Georgia. I've talked to a bunch of guys like Ethan Davis is from Georgia. T. Lander's from Georgia. It's kind of cool for everybody to go and play their home state team. I'm sure everybody's got a bunch of family coming in town for that game too. So I think that means a lot. Like even when we play Florida, we've got a bunch of guys from the state of Florida. So I think that's cool for a lot of people.
Yeah. Like my mom, like you said, our mom's graduated from Georgia.
Yeah.
Her whole side of the family lives in Athens, near Athens, Bishop.
Yeah.
Uncle lives downtown Athens.
Right.
So I got a lot of people coming to this game. It's a big deal because
Yeah.
I don't know, but
No, yeah,
anyways,
they're excited about it.
That's it.
I think, like we said too, we can talk a little bit about like the 12-team playoff. I like it, dude. I think
I do too.
it makes everything a lot more competitive. It makes it, I don't know, more entertaining too.
Yeah. My
And-
favorite part about what were you saying?
No, you're good. You're
My
fine.
favorite part about it is like, based on your ranking or whatever, you get to host a playoff game or you get to go somewhere that you probably have never been,
Right.
like a Big Ten team or something like that, which is pretty cool.
That'd be sweet. Because normally, like, when you're playing those teams, other than, in the beginning of the season, you have your outliers. But, like, when we played NC State, it was at a neutral site. A lot of the times, SEC teams don't get to play in like Big Ten stadiums, or Big Ten teams don't get to play in SEC stadiums. So I think that's really cool. We've seen a bunch of field storms. We got stormed in Arkansas. We stormed the field when we beat Bama, but I've never seen like fans storm the field, have to get cleared off the field for them to put ropes around like the sidelines, and then fans storm the field again.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy to be Georgia in that moment. Like just sitting there like taking that last snap, knowing that there's not hundreds, but thousands of people about to run onto the field and you're standing there.
My buddy goes to Ole Miss, and they were really pumped. So I guess they just couldn't hold it together.
Yeah.
But I get it, I guess.
Yeah, no, they have a good team. So that was a cool game to watch. I think that's like there's a whole everybody as fans can see with the records in the SEC. There's just everybody's really good.
Everyone's really good. You see it every week. Something happened. Like not even talking about the SEC. Miami's
they were number fourth
or fourth best team in the country. We've got one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah.
And they just play an in-conference team, Georgia Tech, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
And no shots at anybody, but you just gotta that's an example of why you gotta be prepared.
Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, like if you were to look at Georgia Tech's record, you might say this or that, but you watched we got to watch the game in the hotel room while we were waiting for our game, and you're kind of watching it like, wow, Georgia Tech's a really good team.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of that around college football. A bunch of these teams who might have 3 or 4 losses, but they're still really, really good football teams.
Each week is like its own separate season.
Yeah.
I feel like each team approaches each week so differently. Like as soon as you get done playing a game, boom, you forget about it. You're on to the next week, and it's like the Super Bowl because anything can happen each week.
It's almost like the NFL.
Yeah.
No, I think that's something cool that Hype says always too is like in the meetings he always puts the flush it sign. Like no matter if it's a win or a loss, we're flushing it. We're on to the next week.
100%. All right, guys, that's it on Roundup on Rocky Top. Thank you guys for listening to us. Comment and like and do all the things that you do. Yes, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments. I've already said comment, but let us know in the comments what y'all want to see. What do you guys want us to talk about? If there's a certain player you want us to bring on. And hopefully we see a lot of orange in Athens on Saturday. Go Vols. See y'all.